Hey you guys, okay, today I wanted to do a makeup look that has been sort of like my go-to, using all really like cream and stick products, a foundation and a concealer, just an all-in-one type of thing that's by the same brand that I talked about maybe like, I don't know, a month or so ago. I did a video about using products that won't wreck our skin texture, because now, you know, keeping with whether you want to call it a trend or just kind of like what's out there right now in makeup, it's a lot of like stick products. I have tried a lot of them, ones that I have not mentioned, that really kind of wrecked certain things with my skin. If you notice that you're breaking out around your cheeks a lot, or your skin texture just looks a little rough, it doesn't have to. That's something you can totally fix. I have hormonal acne. I'm very prone to that. You've seen skincare videos of mine. I have one that's not too, well, it's fairly recent. And I'm gonna talk about some of my products that I use here, but you know, I've really kind of kept that under control. But your texture, you can actually do something about. And what we don't realize is a lot of times it has to do with the products we're using every day, like makeup, not just your skin care. And these products have been incredible, and I just have fallen in love with these bronzer and, you know, slash contour sticks. I ended up picking up, and the blush, you know, the cream blush. And these are cream products. They don't have any ingredients that will clog your pores. And even, you know, things that you think are good, you know what, like I will look it up and there's something in there, like a weird ingredient or something, and lo and behold, you know, like I'll break out from those things. So it has been many, many months since I've broken out. I have used this for a long time, about a month, maybe even two prior to when I even did that last video, because I really wanted to make sure it worked, and I am in love with these. I love them so much. But anyways, I got the highlight stick. Of course, you know, I have the cream blushes that I talked about, but this is so cool. It's called the Minimalist foundation stick, and I'm obsessed, and we're gonna talk about it. So doing this look, for me, it's about looking like real skin. That's always the goal. I think gone are the days of just the caked out, matted out, you know, just overly perfected look. That actually leads to, I feel, looking more imperfect, because as, you know, your texture kind of shows through those things very easily, you know, it really accentuates things that you may not want to accentuate, you know, and or just caking up things on the under eye area. You don't have to do that. And when you talk about like living in the heat, the humidity, this is a very summer friendly makeup look. And I find the whole key is to not fight what your skin wants to do. The second you start using things that are overly matte, loading up on powder, it might look good for a hot second, or on camera or whatever, but as the day goes on, your natural skin, even if it's not super oily, it's gonna wanna breathe. Breathe. It's gonna wanna breathe. It's just like the thing with, you know, drying out your skin. If you have acne, it's probably gonna make it produce more oil, which probably leads to more clogged pores and more acne. So a lot of times it's about nourishing your skin, or it's about using things that aren't sucking the life out of it or looking like shellac, okay? And you know, you look back in the 80s, 70s, I mean, okay, I don't even know, maybe even like the early 2000s, what we thought looked amazing then, right? Flawless, don't look so good anymore, okay? So maybe sometimes we need to kind of retrain our brains into thinking like more isn't always better, and overly perfected and powdered up and, you know, shellacked, and I'm gonna use this, you know, primer that's never gonna let oil break through or anything. That's not the way to go. Now, I live in the South, in Atlanta, it's humid. I have lived here my whole life, okay? I've fought this my whole life of like, I had to really break that powder, you know, hold that it had on me, just powdering my skin to high heaven, using really drying things to combat acne, using really matted out foundations for, you know, oily skin. My skin was churning more oil than ever, and it wasn't because I was younger. I had more acne than ever in my late 20s, mid 20s. When I let that go in my early 30s, I'm gonna be 39 next month, and my skin looks better than it did when I was 18. And I'm not trying to say, oh, I look younger. It's not about looking younger. It's about the quality. It's about it being better. I'm gonna show you guys what I used to kind of prep, but all this to say, the makeup's gonna go very fast. Okay, this is a 5-minute look, and the products couldn't be easier. But I do think it's important for me to kind of like discuss these things. That's why I wanted to kind of do it like I do. sort of in like a get ready with me, like a voiceover style, I don't know. So my favorite way to do this is, I like to talk about the products, but I'm gonna kind of flash back to when I was doing it in real time this morning, and we'll see how real quick it goes, okay? So that's what we're gonna do, you guys. I hope that you're doing well. Hope that you guys are following our podcast. There's a lot of stuff that we're talking about there. Everything super personal about our lives. If you ever had a question about anything, we've covered it in the last 2 years. I cannot believe I've been doing it for 2 years. I'm not trying to like promote the podcast or anything, but if you watch this and you're interested, and a lot of people ask questions, or, you know, want to know about personal things, just go over there. It's great. Let's get into it, you guys. I'll link to what I'm wearing. In the last video, I showed you guys those dresses, these Walmart dresses, and I'm telling you, okay, grab the black because it comes in black. So I was wearing my last video, but in that video, I grabbed my normal size, which is a medium, and it was very large and gaping here. And this is a dress that just runs very big. It does. And I haven't worn an extra small since probably 7th grade, but that's what this is. And you need to size down because the medium isn't like, it was too big. So I'm gonna return that one for, you know, so I ended up getting the black in this one. And then I've been into smaller hoops, and these two are my faves. They're both good on their own, but I always like kind of layering up that too. I wash my face, very basic, whatever. Any kind of cleanser, honestly, like sometimes I just use Dove soap. I know that sounds bizarre, but like it's really not that big of a deal. I ran out of my skin cleanser and it's just like whatever. Really it's kind of what you use after that I think matters. I think sometimes in the morning it's just, you can just splash your face and it's fine. Now this is an amazing product. I went through one of the small ones. I ended up buying this. It's the Daily Rescue Facial Spray. This has ingredients that your skin naturally produces to fight off inflammation, redness. So it says the happy solution for angry skin, soothe, purify, and renew. It helps soothe stressed out skin. Hypochlorous acid maximizes your good skin days by reducing the appearance of redness. Rosacea. Rosacea. That's what I was thinking. Sorry, I didn't mean to scream rosacea in your face. Anything like that, you know, anything, if my skin tends to get very red. If I wash it, it just like, it gets angry like when I touch it. So this has been very good. So I use that. I really love these, the Beauty Pie Super Drops. I have been using these like crazy, the niacinamide and some kind of oxygen thing. I really love those. Very clean, very good feeling. And then this moisturizer that I've raved about in the last so many videos. If you guys missed any of those, I don't even know what you're doing. You gotta grab this, it's so good. I use it morning and night. And the oil for acne prone skin is a game changer. When I say you need to nourish your skin if it's breaking out, you need to get that. I'll link to both of those, but oh my goodness. And it smells like cotton candy, but it has no added scent. It's just the natural ingredients, but it is so good. Makes your skin feel so soft. Okay. And then on my neck, I always use this. It's the Vitamin C Nourishing Cream. Don't neglect your neck. I think it's even more important that we take care of that than not more important than your face, but it's just as important. And love this. It's like a little spray. I spray that on my neck and my chest. I'm just kind of telling you how I prep here. For my eyes, this has been a game changer. This has been what I've been using, the Elemis Pro Collagen Eye Revive Mask. It almost like blurs, and then you can put a cream over it or vice versa. Sometimes I just use it by itself like I did today. I've never heard anyone talk about this product. I didn't even know it existed, and I love Elemis, and I used to go to this spa that just used Elemis products, and I'd never heard of this, and it's so good. I found it at Ulta. It's so good. I'll link to that. Use my Lumify eye drops. I'm just covering all the bases, you guys. And then my eyelid lift serum. 2 little dots just right there. I've used that for like over 10 years, and I think it's such a game changer. And just like caring for your skin. Okay, so I am, and admittedly, I have a hard time with sunscreens, okay? I think sometimes I'm like, you know, I'm not baking out on the beach or outside. I know you get sun all the time. If I was, I slather it up. But just day to day, I'm not the greatest at using sunscreen. And I'll admit it, because sometimes I'm like, well, my skin is so breakout prone. I've used the nicest sunscreens, the, you know, clinical, whatever. And my skin will be a little sandpapery wreck. And acne and all this stuff. And it's just hard to find ones that work. Super Goop sunscreen is very popular, very like basic, and you know, everybody knows about it, but I've never really found it to be like, wow, like I'm obsessed with this, because I used to use the plain one and it was just like, okay, whatever. But it didn't break me out. But the glow screen is really cool because it has a little tint and a little glow to it, and there's some days that I just use this and then this concealer that I'll tell you about. But anyways, use that. And it gives your skin like this really pretty like halo effect which you don't need to be afraid of. Okay, again, gone are the days of matted out skin. I'm telling you, your skin looks younger. And again, like I said, we brainwash ourselves into thinking things look good. And I'm not saying it doesn't look good if that's what you do, but there's just, if you're trying for your skin to look healthier, I get so many compliments on my skin, which I know is such a cringe thing to say, but it's true. Try going with something that has a little bit of a glow to it, okay? Doesn't mean it's greasy, doesn't mean it doesn't hold up, okay? The products have to be thin. We'll talk about it. Glow screen, okay? So I've prepped with that. Now, this is amazing. It's this foundation stick. I use the shade Linen, and it's just perfection. I use it as my under eye concealer. I use it on my eyelids. I use it anywhere where you have redness. And then I blend it with this wet dry brush, which is probably my very favorite brush. It is my very favorite brush that I own. It's like a dual-ended deal, but it blends foundations and cream products like a dream, and it's the only brush that I'm gonna use through the whole video for everything on my face. So these Merit sticks are amazing. This brand is incredible. They get it with the ingredients. I'm so sick of these brands putting out all these products that look so nice, and then first thing, coconut oil, this, that, and the other, and I'm like, oh my gosh, let's just wreck it up. You know what I mean? Like, why on flippin' earth? So I get very offended. I get very offended. Listen, so very good ingredients, and that's kind of the basis for this brand, is that they purposely created things that won't wreck your skin, which is so important. So next, I use the Bronze Balm. This is a stick. I've used this in a few videos before. I have two shades of this, okay? The color that you saw me use before was Clay. It's a little lighter. I recently got the color Sen, and that's what I've been using, S-E-I-N-E, and I really love it. So apply it where you would normally apply a bronzer or a contour. I just love an all-in-one type of thing. And it just blends like a dream. It's thin, and that's the thing with the foundation too. It layers so thin. It's not a greasy, grimy stick. Your skin feels like nothing's on it when you blend these things in. So blend that in. And this is something that you don't have to do, but again, this is like a summery look, and this just adds a little something extra, okay? Most days I don't do this, but if we're going out or I just want a little, little something, I'll add this. It's the iconic Glow Drops, and I just dab a little, right there on, the top of my cheekbone, and then maybe, if you want to dab just a little bit other places, but be very careful because a little goes a very long way. And then I blend that in, and it just gives you an extra glow, and that stuff stays put, and it is it doesn't have any stickiness, any texture. That's like all of this stuff. It just blends in with your skin, and it looks natural. So the blush that I use this color in Stockholm. I have so many, I've had the Beverly Hills in this, which is great. I had, what's the other color that I really like? The Cheeky. It's a little darker, but it doesn't read super dark. This one's a little brighter, but these are the best cream blushes. Again, it's that same brand. It does not have any pore clogging ingredients. Dab a little bit and just blend it out. It could not be easier. And again, it's not a greasy, sticky cream blush that's gonna clog your pores. It is just beautiful, like skin. Nothing feels sticky. Okay. So excited that I tried the highlight sticks too. This is in Kava. It's the Day Glow Highlighting Balm. It's gonna look glowy. It's gonna look a little, almost like a wet shine, but it doesn't feel wet once you blend it in. But it does look a little, a little that way when you first put it on. But the tone of this one is so beautiful, and just the sheen that it gives you, it's great. I put it just right in that area where I would highlight, and it is amazing. Okay, so you guys, super easy. Like I said, it just couldn't be easier. For brows, this I'm obsessed with. I've tried so many brow products, and I just really love this, and I believe it's like $2 or $3. It is the e.l.f. brow pencil, and I use the shade, wow, it's very microscopic, neutral brown. So good. It's one of the best brow products, the best brow product I've ever used. And then I love this brow gel. It's the Air Brow. I've always had very long brows, and a lot of brow gels just make you look slick and wet. It's a very dry brow gel, keeps them in place. And a lot of times if I don't even use the brow pencil, I'll use that. Okay, so for my eyes, super, super easy. This is the best creep shadow. I really love it. I also love the Charlotte Tilbury Mousse, but I love that this is like an all-in-one thing. I've raved about this, have it in a bunch of different colors. The Gold Lust is the absolute best. and it's meant to be used best with fingers, but a lot of times, like especially when I have like nails and stuff, it's just like, I don't want to do that. This is the best brush for cream shadows. I've talked about it before. It has like a little like fluff to the end of it, almost like a stippling brush, but you can really just go to town and get in there. I use, you can see the different colors that I'm using. Just very easy peasy, you guys. You don't have to be so careful about the placement. It's not fussy. Do it all over my eyelids and one of the, like, one of the medium colors into the crease, scoop it around and down underneath your lower lash line. That is so flattering. And especially in that area where like, you have like some fine lines, and this is just perfect. It needs to be like that medium kind of warm brown. Just layer the lighter color, layer the warmer color, I don't know. And then at the very end, I don't always do this because it's kind of sparkly and a little much, but this color that has a lot of sparkle to it, just add it right on the lid, and it just kind of gives it a little something extra. Now for this look, mascara is really gonna be like the star. So you don't need liner, certainly, like it's just an extra step, but a lot of people really struggle with liner and think, oh, it takes so long. If you do it like this, it's just super simple, it's super easy, it's not a big winged look or anything. It's just an easy, like natural look, and this is my favorite eye pencil. It is the Unstoppable Maybelline Espresso. So good. Love Maybelline eyeliners. And you don't even need to smudge this. I mean, I just am so, like, honestly not careful with it. I just put it right along the lash line. If you did want to smooth it a little, use your finger. But that's it. And it doesn't make a huge difference. I just like knowing that I've done it. It's just one of those things. Like, I need to do it just to, like, feel good. But you don't even need to use the eyeliner. It's not a big deal. The biggest, I think, game changer is the mascara. There's days when I'll literally just do a little swipe of, of the foundation, like where I need it, just blend it out. Or maybe like not even anything, okay? I just am gonna like wash my face, perfect my skin, maybe do a little bit of that like concealer if I've got redness. But I always love a good swipe of mascara. My lashes are good because of the Revitalash. I'll link to the exact serum that I use. Love that. I cannot wait to pick up some more of that during the Nordstrom sale because they do that every year. So I'm like, I have just a little bit left. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just like squeaking it out, okay? Mascara is important, all right? And that's a thing too. I always say, take care of your brows, take care of your lashes, take care of your skin, because there's only so much that makeup can do. And yeah, you can do great things with makeup, but you need the base to be good and everything else will just be so much better, obviously. But with lashes, oh my gosh, if you can just start like using a lash serum and get like, just get religious about that at night, it's gonna change everything. There's times I don't even need mascara, but that really does change your look. It's a really good thing, obviously. But the Volume de Chanel is just one of those old school, like an old friend mascara that I just go back to, that I just always love. I have so many favorite mascaras. I've tried so many great things. If I've talked about it and said it's good, it's good. But I don't know, whenever I go back to this one, I'm just like, and you can see how quickly it builds. It's very like clean, but very volumizing, you know what I mean? Or it looks very clean and not goopy. I just really love the way that it builds. It just looks really good. So I really love that. And then lips are pretty simple, especially like for a look like this. I want to keep it easy, simple, right? Can you see my towels back there that I haven't put away? Great. Okay, so listen, this is just, I don't say it's the only lip liner you need, but like I don't love like real harsh looking lip liners. I like something that's just like gonna match the tone of my lips maybe a little better. This is the Kind Words lip liner in Worthy. So good. I like that it's not fussy. You don't have to sharpen it. It's just one of those that you roll up, and it doesn't need to be precise. Fill the edge of your lips, brush it in the middle, fill it in a little. These two lip products are so good. This pink marshmallow lip balm is so good. It's like a pink clear, like beautiful lip balm. It has like a lot of like plumping, like really nourishing ingredients, but it doesn't feel harsh at all. But this is what I use today. It's pretty similar, but it has a little bit of like a sheen to it, like a, it's called Glazed Plumping, Smoothing, Nourishing Lip Gloss. This is my all-time favorite lip gloss. I really, really love it. So such a good one. Let me think, what else? Is there anything I'm leaving out? Oh, I did use this at the end. I have gotten hooked on this. I got the teeny tiny bottle several months ago, and I ended up using it. I use it every single day after I do my makeup. I'm gonna use a little bit of it again right now, because it makes you look glowy. But it has that smell of like, oh my gosh, like sea breeze. I know, it's like a very like throwback. It's alcohol. I mean, it's like an alcohol-based spray, which I kind of like. I don't like to spray like just a makeup setting spray just for the sake of doing that. I think with a setting spray that doesn't have like very specific ingredients, like let's just say like the Avene spray or like an Aveeno, not Aveeno, what's it called? Evian, or like the Chanel Hydra Beauty. These are things that are good like pick-me-ups throughout the day, assuming that we're all just wearing like cakey makeup, right? It's gonna look like you're dried up in a couple hours. Certainly by the end of the day, you spray that on, it kind of like gets everything back together. Kind of like when you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, whoa, it's usually the under eye that's kind of settled and looks a little, and it's your makeup, okay? It's like, and then when you smooth it out or wipe it off, it's magically better. So I'm just saying, like, let's just use products that aren't like dry and cakey, okay? But this I do like immediately after doing my makeup because again, it has that alcohol in it. I do feel like it's kind of, I mean, people are like, whatever about alcohol and skincare, but I like it. It's the Beauty Elixir, gives you a nice glow. Oh no, something about it I just really love. So I ended up getting the bigger bottle. I used to use that stuff years and years ago and I really loved it. I used to think it broke me out. I got through the first bottle and it didn't break me out this time. I think it was just that my skin was just like wrecked and I was just using a bunch of crazy stuff. So that's it, you guys. And with setting powder, you know, I'm not saying I'm anti, like, obviously you have to have something to set or to touch up with throughout the day, like a compact or just, if you're gonna be on the go, like I might bring a little more of my concealer. I might throw this in my purse, whatever, if it's gonna be like a long night or I don't know. I do that with anything, but just loading powder on powder on powder on top of something that's not the vibe. I have always, I mean, for years and years, I've told you guys about the Blotterazzi. Is that what it's called? The beauty blender. It's the little compact shaped like a teardrop that has very thin little sponges. I'm sure that there's a cheaper alternative. I really like that one. And then, you know, I just kind of pat as the day goes on. I also love, which I don't have them up here because they're in my purse, the sticks. Colleen Rothschild makes a beautiful one. It's the matcha balm. Put a little bit on my finger, kind of dab that throughout the day. Trust me, that used to sound insane to me when touching up, but trust me, you guys. Tatcha also makes one. I'll link to both of those. I really don't have a preference. I'm like, do I like the Colleen one better? Do I like the Tatcha? I really don't have a preference. I love them both. They're both very, very good. I used to use the Kopari one, you know, it's just, but I do like the stick ones better. So that's really all you need, you know? And then lip gloss, I'm always like putting lip gloss on the go, but where your skin's concerned, I think using these products that maintain that healthy glow of your skin, I don't want to look dull. I don't want my skin to look matted out. Let's try something different. You know, maybe if you have been in a rut, like this is all I can use, try something different. And I'm telling you, just from how your skin looks, it looks like you're not wearing makeup, but it's perfected and it's glowy. I would rather be shiny and like then just matte it out. I don't know. It's not shiny in like a, you know, oily way. It's just what natural skin looks like. And I think that we don't realize that sometime. And, you know, we get kind of brainwashed into like what we've been sold like in the 90s and the 80s, like where people were saying, oh, you don't want to look shiny. Well, that's for like cameras and for like makeup and stuff. Like really, it doesn't look bad in real life. I think it looks worse if you see someone in person and they've got so much stuff caked up rather than someone that just looks like glowy and a little bit shiny. Like I think that looks better. But I like perfected skin. I don't want to look, you know, I don't want you to be able to see my hyperpigmentation or my acne or anything like that. Okay, so you can kind of have the best of both, right? So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I was like dying to do a makeup video. I love sitting in here and doing these. And of course, you know, we don't do them every week, but I think it's fun, especially, you know, when I've got something new. You know, I'm not just, I mean, I think I've done every type of tutorial there is in these last 15 years, and I'm not doing it every week just for the sake of coming up with something different, because we know we can do that. I really just like to show you what I'm actually doing, so it doesn't change that much, because I've gotten it right. I feel like I've gotten it right for myself and what I'm doing, and I'll add different things in, show you guys new techniques and stuff, and new products as always. But I think that's what's exciting, is that like we're to a point where like we're getting it right, like we got good stuff. And as I said, you know, I want us to embrace like getting older and embrace, you know, all of the like good stuff that comes with that. Like our skin should be looking good, you know, because we've been using all this stuff for so many years or trying new things and better things. And I'm just really happy with like life, and not even about like, it's not about the way you look, it's about the way you feel. And the time that you take in the morning for yourself, to get yourself together, to use these fun things that you've spent money on for yourself, it's a powerful thing, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 30 minutes. And I know this video is obviously longer because I'm talking and explaining these things, but this is truly something you can do in just like 5 minutes. It's so easy. These products are so easy. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'll link to everything that I used, including my skincare and everything I mentioned at the beginning, everything that I'm wearing. And I love you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed it. So like I said, if you haven't joined us on the podcast, we post new episodes every Wednesday. Of course, there's a new video here every Friday. But we're having so much fun over there, you guys, and I know that you'll love it. And once people join, they don't leave, and if they do, they always come back. So like people really love it. And again, we're just so like overwhelmed with all that. Like I still can't believe that that we've been doing it for 2 years. It's nuts. So anyways, you guys, we're talking about everything, current events, more like gossipy stuff, personal thing. This week we talked about just like so many experiences like we had in college, and you know, family stuff and life stuff and relationships, marriage, parenting, trash TV, takes on like kind of scandalous things going on that I couldn't talk about here. It's all there, and I just enjoy it so much. So I love that we have that extra thing, and I'm glad that we can do that for you guys every week. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for being a part of this, and I will see you very soon. Bye.